owner.
Yeah, of course you can. Okay.
It's past time.
Yeah.
I just talk from here. Are you talking from here?
I'm talking from there.
I just
Up the back end here? Yeah, beautiful. Okay. So thank you, good afternoon everyone. Every parent would be proud to have a child like Ganya. Eyes wide, head held high, he stows away on the back of his father's farm truck in order to see the big city, and I'd like to think his father hard at work selling fresh produce. And you know, I recently heard from Joe Biden, Obama's former vice president, about the dignity of work and how at the end of the day, it's about being able to look your child in the eye and say it's going to be okay. And I'm really grateful for Osama, one of the mentors, for sharing this story of how often insurmountable market pressures are tearing apart families like Ganya's. And Jackie and I are here today to tell you that it doesn't have to be this way. The market failure can be prevented and the corruption which ensues can be stamped out. And it's essential we do this because after all, every parent will be proud to have a son like Ganya.
Every single day, each retailer and each farmer is losing money as a result of an improper expectation of what is demanded and what is supplied. So we propose our solution, VegX, produce from farmers you trust. The area of impact is that we noticed that there were simply too many middlemen for every point of interaction between your farmer and your seller. For example, you might have more than 2 middlemen, which is inefficient for your transactions. We have a statistic that $14 billion is wasted in food wastage every single year in India. 40% of those transactions that start from point A don't end up at point B. And we want to help minimize that. So our solution is that we build a website that allows us to connect farmers and retailers and perform these transactions. For these users, that will allow increased profit, reduced exploitation of farmers and retailers, and remove the artificial inflation that occurs. Farmers, as we know, lose up to $14 billion as a market in India, simply because of and it requires subsidies from the government in order to help them. Furthermore, grocery vendors lose up to 40K a day. So our solution is actually to remove the middleman as much as possible and simply keep them as delivery men. We have retailers connecting to farmers directly so that they can organize ideal geographical routes and then hiring these delivery men in order to deliver from the farmers to the retailers. This allows an online marketing platform that is transparent and clear with its prices. In order to scale, we're going to have to adopt a number of new technologies such as machine learning and blockchain, and in order to optimize deliveries and their farming solutions. Our team consists of data scientists, engineers, and agricultural and business experts in order to elevate our platform to its highest potential. In order to achieve traction, we've also verified our idea with 3 other Indians in New Delhi who have experienced food agriculture in New Delhi. Sorry. VegX, produce from farmers you trust. Thank you.
Okay, so can the rest of the environmental alternatives team join the stage?
Excellent. So the focus wasn't on the urban agriculture, it was more on optimizing the supply chain from the farmers to the urban dwellers. That's the concept?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, and I think like when we were looking at the supply chain, we were seeing so many statistics that show just how much is being wasted along the way.
Yep.
So in order to avoid a startup where we have a lot of upfront costs, we wanted to go for something that doesn't require as much upfront cost and modify something that already exists in a socially acceptable manner.
Okay. Did you have a particular crop or food product that you would identify to roll this out on? Or?
Targeting more of the farmers who are on the Yamuna river as well as the outskirts of New Delhi because they're already urban farmers.
Okay. So is it sort of like vegetable gardens rather than rice or wheat or
Yeah.
So all the middlemen are jobs for people. So in a way, you could say you're reducing the number of jobs with your app or your product there. How will you address that?
So we're not only eliminating jobs, we're actually making jobs more efficient. And we're also increasing jobs via delivery men themselves. Ideally, this will create more routes that are actually profitable for the actual retailers and the farmers. And so there is a trade-off between losing jobs and making jobs via this app. So it's not a one-way event.
All right, two questions for you. First, who's paying for the platform? And then two, the platform seems really interesting and very technically quite intelligent. How are we getting farmers who clearly don't have a high level of education to adopt such a platform?
So I'll answer the revenue question first, and then maybe someone can jump in on the other one. So the revenue question is something we've discussed. Ideally, we want to have an ad revenue source, and we also want to be able to contact the government in order to see if they're willing to subsidize something like this, as it provides transparency towards a number of social issues as well. We think there's also possibility in funding this via transaction revenue as well.
Yeah, so how farmers would be able to use this, pretty much everyone in India, they have a smartphone. Even people who are struggling, they can still afford basic technology. So they'll be able to access this data, this real-time data. So even though they don't have high level of education, they will be able to make something of it. And worst come to, the government is subsidizing this, so we'd like their help in